Well, hello, today is Saturday, July 27th, and it's time for our weekly highlight meeting. And today we're going to talk about break the boredom trap. We all know that we all have a time, and I think all of us included with that sometimes we just eat out of boredom. But the good news is I lost 2.8, so I'm now down to 237.6. 237.6, sorry, I lost my voice there for a minute. And I've lost 66.6 pounds. I don't like that 666. That's the devil's number. So the devil's going to try to overcome me this week and have me go back to my old way of eating. And I refuse. I absolutely refuse. So I haven't weighed 237 since April. I've been in the 30s this whole year. Ever since November, I've been in the 30s. Back and forth to the 40s, to the 30s, to the 40s. And I'm ready to break the pattern. I really am. I'm going to figure out my menu plan for the week. And I'm going to have a success story again next week. Because I'm on the move. I want to start losing. But it's a hard battle. It really is. And we all fight it. And once I reach my goal, I know that it's going to be a struggle for me to stay at my goal. I was so cocky because I had got to 77 pounds lost, and I thought, I know what I'm doing. I don't need any help. I got this mastered. And because I got the 77 pounds fairly quickly. But that was on September 1st. And September 1st is just around the corner. And I'm determined to get back at least to the 77. I'm hoping by my birthday, which is September 7th, to have got back to the 227, to my 77 pounds. So that's my goal for now. My small little mini goal is to lose 10 pounds by the 7th of September, which is probably, 6-7 weeks away. So I think I can do it. No, I know I can do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get back to I'm hoping to get to 80 pounds if I'm going to be truthful. I want to lose 80 pounds by my birthday on September 7th. So today's the 27th, so then that would be the 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, the 24th, the 31st, the 7th. 6 weeks to lose, 14 pounds? Yeah, that may be a little hard. But you know what? I'm going to try. You know what? A challenge. I've given myself a challenge, and I'm going to do it. But we want to break the boredom trap. Universal truth time. We don't only eat because we're hungry. How many of us eat just to eat? I mean, I know I'm in that group. Sometimes we eat to deal with emotions. Plenty of times we wander over to the fridge and just snack. We go to the snack drawer and just grab something out. I did a snack prep earlier in the week this week and prepped all my snacks, which have really come in handy. When I kind of feel like I want something, when I feel like I want something, I always like when I catch myself with crappy grammar. I have like pretzels and pretzel thins. I have popcorn. I have like different types of crackers. I have a nut jar with a 1/4 cup measuring cup in the jar so that when I want it, I just measure out my 1/4 cup right then. The reason I do that is because Jim eats the nuts too. He says, portion size. I don't need a portion size. So I just leave it like that and just scoop out what I need. I'm really making conscious decisions this week. A lot of times you just go by a vending machine. I was shopping this morning after I got out of my meeting, and they had candy bars right by the register. And I was so tempted to pick up a candy bar. I really was. But I thought, no. And then when I went to Kohl's, because I had to get some socks at Kohl's, and they have my Godiva chocolate bars right there by the register. I love Godiva. My son Danny used to date a girl that worked at Godiva, and I used to get candy all the time, which, can you believe, I got up to 304.2 pounds? Not just eating Godiva chocolate, but it didn't hurt. So, and the funny thing is at Christmas, I always ask my family for Godiva chocolate still. And since I've been on Weight Watchers, they don't buy it because they don't want to tempt me. But I keep telling them I can have it within reason. I mean, it's a lot of points for one little piece of candy, but sometimes you just love that one little piece of candy to savor. But I wouldn't eat it out of boredom. No, I wouldn't eat it out of boredom. Eating can provide a temporary distraction and even entertainment. That's true. But the more you eat out of boredom, the more your brain associates the two. That's true, because sometimes if you're just sitting there and you think, I'm really bored, what can I do? You know what? I'm going to go get something to eat. You never say, I'm bored. What can I do? let's go run a 5K. You don't say that. You really don't. You don't even say sometimes, let's go for a walk. Even if you just went for a walk out of boredom. If I just walked around my block, it would take 10 or 15 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes. If I walked the half-mile portion of my block, it would take about 10 minutes. If I walked the whole mile, it would probably take me about 20. No, it wouldn't take me 20. It doesn't take me 20. It takes me about 12 minutes. Yeah, a mile takes me, anyway, about 15 minutes. So if I spent 15 minutes, by then when I got home, if I really still wanted to eat, then that means I was hungry. Otherwise, it was just a boredom. Eventually it becomes a habit. Since mindless noshing is usually unplanned, it can make it challenging to stay within your Smart Points budget. That's so true. You might also be extra tough on yourself after boredom eating, which only makes things worse. How many of us have eaten something out of boredom and then we say, why did I do that? You know what, the day is shot. I might as well wait till tomorrow and start again. No, just you did it, own it, track it, move on. What can help you to break out of the boredom trap and move you towards your weight and wellness goals? Create a new habit loop by intentionally doing something other than eating whenever you feel bored. So this is what you want to do. 3 things. Number 1, wait it out. Say to yourself, I'm having this urge to eat just because I'm bored. Acknowledge that fact. Acknowledge that the fact that you're not really hungry, you're just bored. Number 2, spend 15 minutes doing a non-food activity instead. It doesn't necessarily have to mean go for a walk. Maybe you have some laundry you can do. Maybe you could vacuum. Maybe you could sweep the floor. Maybe you can clean the bathroom. Maybe you could call a friend on the phone. Just find something to do for those 10 or 15 minutes. And number 3, if you're still having the urge, do the activity for another 10 minutes and see if that makes a difference. And if after 10 minutes you still want to eat, then you're hungry. You're truly hungry. You're not bored. You're just truly hungry. And you've already disrupted your pattern by trying something different. So that makes sense. The quote that the leader had for us, the guide, no, is it a guide? I never know. Cheryl Bradley, help me. Is it a guide? I think it's a guide. The leader, that's what I'm going to call her. She's the leader. Her quote was, a trying time is no time to quit trying, which is true. A lot of times when we're really struggling, that's when we think, you know what, I'm just done. I'm just so done. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I weighed 304.2, and really within 2 years, less than 2 years, I probably in a year and a half, I had reached 77 pounds. But I'd have to say, honestly, in the last year, I've gained. Who am I talking about? I have not lost. I have gained. I gained 15 pounds, and now I'm working my way back to the 77, which proves that it's just an ongoing, lifelong struggle. Not even a journey. It's a struggle. Some people just have the ability to eat whatever they want, whenever they want, and they can lose their weight. I can look at a donut and I'm going to gain weight. That's just who I am. That's who my body is. Some people, like I get 24 Smart Points. Some people can eat 24 Smart Points and lose weight. I'm not one of those people. I have to eat 20 Smart Points if I think I'm going to lose weight. I have to avoid my weeklies as much as possible if I want to lose weight. I have to get out and exercise if I want to lose weight. So you need to learn things about yourself. And I've learned this in the time that I've been losing this weight. Do I regret not losing more? Part of me, yes. But then part of me really accepts the knowledge that I've learned a lot about my eating habits. I've learned what I can do, what I can't do. And I know how to make smarter choices now. I really do. And if I would have lost this weight like in a fast program and I didn't learn how to eat the right way, then I wouldn't be able to keep it off. Because just because I reached that magic number doesn't mean that you're going to stay at that magic number. You're going to have to work at staying at that magic number. And I know that. And unfortunately, if you're very heavy like I was at the beginning, your body requires so many calories, so you can lose a lot of weight quickly. But the closer you get to your goal, the less calories your body expects to take in. And so you have to really, really work harder. It's kind of easy at the beginning. For me, at least, it was easy at the beginning because my calorie intake was almost cut in half. But now that I'm getting closer to Wonderland, I mean, I'm a little ways away still, but it's a little bit more difficult because my body requires so many calories that aren't above and beyond what I was eating before. She told us to take this challenging summer quiz. Are these problems that you're having this summer as far as losing weight? You're too social, you're too busy, you're too bored, or you're facing food choices, tough food choices. Too social means that, like your girlfriend will call you up and say, hey, why don't we go out to lunch? And you go, yeah, okay, I'll go out to lunch. And then the next day another friend calls and said, bye. Another friend calls and says, why don't we go out to breakfast? And you said, oh, okay, let's go out to breakfast. And so you're being very social, and when you're probably going out, you're not making smart choices. If you're like me, you're not making smart choices. And another thing is too busy. Sometimes you might be too busy to eat. And I know that sounds silly because you think, well, if I don't eat, I'll lose weight. No, your body requires a certain amount of calories and a certain amount of nutrients from each food group. And if you're depriving yourself of any of this, your body goes into shutdown mode, starvation mode is what they say, to kind of store calories up because they think, oh, we're going to store these up for when she really needs them. And so even if you're too busy, try to bring like a protein bar or like I told you earlier, I packaged all my little snack treats. I'll leave a link down below for the video, and just to see how I prep. And it's just a grab and go, and so you can grab it. Sometimes it might not be a really healthy snack, but it's better than no food at all. Too bored, we all know that. How many people have eaten out of boredom? I think a lot of people eat out of boredom. And get a book, go to the library, go for a walk. There's things you can do. And facing tough food choices. It's so hard when you go to like a barbecue or a picnic or a party or a wedding or something. They have all your favorite foods. And a lot of times, it'd be easy just to stay at the salad bar and then skip all the other stuff. But you have to really make some really tough food choices. But you can do it. You really can. I know you can. And it's never going to get easier. People will say, you know what, when I lost all my weight, it was so much easier to pick, like the apple over the piece of cake. I don't believe that. I think that picking the piece of cake is always going to be a challenge. And it's not going to always be easy choice for me. I know that it's always going to be a struggle for me, but I know it's a struggle that I'm worth fighting for. And it's a struggle worth fighting over, and I'm going to do it. So ask yourself this when you're faced with food choices. Even when you're bored, whether you're bored or you're at a party or whatever, is the food worth the points you're going to have right now? Is it really worth those points? If you really think it's really worth it, think about it. And if it really is truly worth it, then have it with no guilt. Track it and move on. Number 2, I already know what it tastes like. Do I need to try it again? We know what a piece of cake tastes like. We know what a donut tastes like. I'm mentioning all my favorite foods. We know what it tastes like. Do we need to try it again? Ask yourself that. And sometimes you say, well, yeah, I know what it tastes like, and I know how many points it is, but I know I really want it. Think about it for 10, 15 minutes. And then after 10 or 15 minutes, if you haven't convinced yourself that you really didn't need it, eat it, track it, move on. But just have that. Don't feel guilt and then think, well, I had the piece of cake, so I might as well have the pizza for dinner. No, I had the piece of cake. It was really good. It satisfied with the feeling that I wanted to fulfill at that moment, because let's face it, eating sugar is filling a feeling up. And then just move on. Number 3 is, remember, just because I don't eat it now doesn't mean I can never eat it any time in my life. I love pizza. So I know that it's my downfall when I go somewhere. And if I know that if I only have one slice, it's going to lead to a second slice, no, I'm not going to have the pizza. I'm going to try to think of something else to have, because, it's not like I can't have it now. I'll have it again. And I'll have it when I'm in a more controlled environment where I know I'm only going to have one slice. And I also think, is there another choice available that's a little bit better? Try to think if you're at a party, like when they're only serving pizza and salad, try to just have the one slice of pizza and then have a big bowl of salad, and then just say, you know what, that was the better choice. And then just say to yourself, am I willing to choose the right food to eat? Yeah, I think most times we really are willing to choose the right foods that we want to eat. And a lot of times when you're bored, think about when you're bored what you really want to eat, because when you're bored, your body's craving sugar and salt and fats. When you're really bored, your body never craves vegetables or fruit or healthy foods. When you're bored, your body is not required. Your body, see, my body thinks it requires, but it really doesn't. Your body craves all of these foods that are really not really good for you. I mean, you have to have from all food groups, you really do. But we eat more sugar in 2 months than our 100 years ago ate in a whole year. So that just gives you a clue that we eat too much sugar. And there's salt in everything. And I know that back in the days when they didn't have refrigeration, they used a lot of salt in that. But they worked it off, and they sweat it off. And I don't think that we do that nowadays. But anyway, that's my take on the meeting for keeping yourself, breaking the boredom trap. The recipe is for a blackberry clafoutis, I think it's called. It looks delicious to me. It really looks like something I would love, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to make it because Jim will not eat it because Jim doesn't like blackberries. But it's only 3 points, which is not bad, but it makes, I whistled again, it makes a serving of 6. I would eat the whole thing. I wouldn't be able to limit myself. I know who I am, so I can't make this. But it looks really good, and if anybody tries it, let me know. That's my take on the meeting today. I'm very proud of my fact that I lost 2.8. I'm just going to keep on going. I want to keep on moving because I want to hit that 80 pounds by my birthday. So give this video a like, leave a comment. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I do a daily vlog. I do recipes. I do shout-outs. I do shout-outs on Sundays to different channels. Once a month, I do a video before and after to show people's progress, whether they have a YouTube channel or not. I do grocery hauls, and I do tags. So, and I do collabs. So check us out and leave a comment. So I'll talk to you and share it if you think somebody might like to see it. So I'll see you on my daily vlog.